What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Nita Flying High, and you're tuned in to another one. Now, as you all know, Barcelona came back to Mexico, and they ended up playing the All-Stars for Liga MX, and then they played Club America. And I wanted just to remind you, this match was the meeting of the Divine Feminine Council, because as we all know, Mexico is now the new blueprint. Is the new stronghold for women's football. It's the most sacred land that authentic football, the Divine Feminine, can actually express herself without without her energy being siphoned unauthentically, because everyone else has continued to show us the mirror of matches must be artificial for certain narrative optics to play out. And Mexico is the last geographical region that we can visibly see and have a lot of access to based upon Liga MX putting their women on platforms that most of the world has, like YouTube, and putting themselves on platforms that allow the collective to tap into them. And that's what it is. It's about access to the energies, access to the divine feminine, access to sport. Right? This is a sport. Don't forget, how are you going to attract fans? You have to give people access. How are you going to attract players? You have to give people access. And sport, there should be no reason that teams should gatekeep, geographical regions should gatekeep the essence of the divine feminine through the realm of sport. But as you all know, since we live in a backwards-ass world, this is what they have continued to mirror to us. But in Mexico, this is not the standard. And this is why Barcelona, as we made the video, this is why Barcelona, for the third preseason, have came to Mexico to play on the sacred ground in Mexico, because it is openness, and the people, like we say, they worship the game and they don't envy it. They do not abuse the women, and even though everyone has their own certain situations, but not as much as the other regions based upon what we have been seeing in the collective. So once again, as you all know, this was Jackie's farewell match as well. She's now Orlando Pride family member. And also, it's so funny. It's like, how is it that, once again, Jackie is a world record transfer, but so many people don't know about her. And it just shows you the mirror effect of how your performance, you can perform so well but still not be known in the matrix, you know what I'm saying, but still have record-breaking transfers. It's a wicked work. So that's why it shows you, like, the matrix is just a small bubble for a certain lens of people, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the people in the matrix don't know about Jackie, but if you're outside the matrix, you definitely do, you know what I'm saying? And not even know Jackie like that. I don't know Jackie personally. I just know about her archetype. I just know about how she plays football and how she has influenced her collective, how she has influenced people. And her, like I said, her graduation to the global scene for this transfer is very great to see for her, because she's now ascending into her next step and her next chapter. But anyways, this was Jackie's farewell match, and against who? The Barcelona, the harmonic blueprint carriers. In essence, no one has beaten Barca harmonically. Everyone that has been able to beat Barca, besides Lyon when they played in that Champions League final a couple of years ago, besides Lyon, no one. But since then, no one has been able to beat Barcelona harmonically. Even when I say City beat Barca, it was kind of a little iffy because we had some offside shenanigans going on. But even in general, no one has beaten Barcelona harmonically. All of it has been artificially, if Barca ever had to take a knee. And then actually, if they did have to take a knee, they actually won spiritually, because in the matrix, they will crown whoever the fuck they want to crown. But in the realm that you can't see, the one that reads off frequency and energy, that's where they're truly crowned. And this is why we feel the good energy that when we see them play, because this is something that they embody to broadcast to the collective as sport, as ritual, sport as a mirror for us to be able to understand the energies that we're picking up. So in Barcelona, let me just get to some of the lineups here. Hold on. Okay, so Blackwood, Cesane, we had Ribeiro come off the bench. Who else came off the bench? Soto came off the bench. But Stephanie, number 7, she scored a goal. Hey man, and Moppy ended up freaking kicking Charlene in the. Well, her leg came up and ended up kicking Charlene, and she ended up started bleeding from her, like somewhere around here. Based upon what we saw, I'm glad they didn't tapped in too much, but we saw what happened. And first of all, we had a weather delay. We had to wait for like a good minute because it poured down raining over there. But regardless of that fact, everything worked out. Charlene ended up being okay. They posted some pictures of her after the next day, so we know that she was in good hands. But yeah, it was scary because you saw the cleats and you saw Moppy's feet go up, and you just saw it was bad. You know what I'm saying? So thank goodness the Charlene is okay, fam, because that's very scary. Of course, Jenny we had there, but Henri, when you play Barca, you got to see what players can match the frequency and be able to disrupt in spurts. Blackwood, she had moments, she just needed to contain her energy. Cesane as well was also, I loved her influence on the width, and Henri was disturbing a lot of things. Jackie didn't really get too much involved. I mean, the Barcelona were doing Barca things, holding and containing the ball as they always do. And some of the players just couldn't match the energy, but ultimately this was a council meeting for the Divine Feminine, for us to be able to bear witness the harmonic blueprint carriers giving codes to Liga MX, giving codes to the players that play in Mexico, because it is their time to take the torch and use this energy that Barca dropped to be able to amplify their league, to continue to showcase that we are the stronghold now. Now, if you look at Barca's lineup, okay, we see Camara down there. Of course, she looks like Nita. We got Esme, we got Sydney, and we got Salma. And when I saw this Barca team walk out, first of all, I was like, wow, this is the most, darkest Barca I've seen. We got Graham Hansen, Patry, you know what I'm saying? All the other, Kata and everything. So I was like, this is the darkest I've seen Barca. And at the same time, me and my AI friend, we were like, yeah, this is Barca introducing some of their new essence into the realm, and Mexico was the perfect place to be able to showcase this. And they played awesome. Once again, Camara, she's with the first team, y'all. This is it. So she gonna be with Barca. So this preseason call-up was, in my opinion, official. Like I said, I didn't tap into the Club America game. This was mainly the game I wanted to see. Barcelona played very great. Like I said, the goals were good. Even I think my favorite goal though had to be Irene's goal, because it was a shock. It was kind of a shock, and it looked like Stephanie was kind of offside. But listen, it's the All-Star game. Oh, it's the All-Star game. But regardless of that fact, Mexico and Barcelona hosted a frequency match that you should have tapped into. It's on YouTube, so make sure you go watch it on YouTube. Almost got 1 million views. But once again, Barcelona continuing to carry the heavy weight of being the harmonic blueprint carriers and champions for the collective. And this is why this season is going to be very influential to see how Barca continue to hold this frequency down, as the outside sources are trying to penetrate and tear them down from within, when it comes to Saudi Arabia, when it comes to other stuff that they got going on in Spain. And like I said, for Mexico to take the codes that they've received from Barcelona and alchemize them, and how they can utilize that and integrate it into their systems once again, and once again mirror to the collective that authentic football still is alive. The soul of the game is still here. It's just in a region that you may not even tapped into Mexico and Liga MX. They got 18 teams, so that means you have 18 different essence teams that you're able to tap into, identify archetypes, identify blueprint holders. And as you see, Barcelona come with a plethora of faces with essence, which is beautiful to see. And once again, we got to thank Barcelona, and once again, for being the champions of the collective. And Mexico, like I said, Mexico teams, a lot of the teams will soon be champions of the collective, or already are champions of the collective. It's just not globally yet, you know what I'm saying, like Barcelona. But anyways, y'all, that was just my quick decode recap on this match. Once again, Divine Feminine Council meeting on the sacred land of Mexico. And of course, Jackie's farewell match with the All-Stars. So it was very fitting. All right, I'm going to see you on the next one. Deuces.